I want to apologize. Who would have thought? We have over 5,000 people cannot get in. So now, does anybody want to leave and give your place to somebody outside? No. I had a feeling you might be saying that. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be with you. It's very important. You know, we're doing really well. Millions of votes ahead of Cruz. Millions. You know, I get a kick. I call him Lion Ted. Lion Ted Cruz. He stands up, and I win, as you know, you've seen it. I have been winning all of the evangelical vote. But he stands up, Bible high, puts it down, and then he lies. You know, it's like an amazing, it's amazing to watch it. But he said, yeah, I'm the only one that can beat Donald Trump. I've done it time after time. And I said, wait a minute. I've won like most of the states. I think he had 5 or 6, and I had 20 or 22, right? And I said, I can't believe it. Then I have millions of votes more. He says, I'm the only one that can outvote him. And I'm saying, but I have like millions of votes more. I'll tell you something so important. There is something happening. It's like a movement. It's incredible. It's a movement, and we're part of the movement. It's not me. I'm a messenger, to be honest. I'm a messenger. And this is something that's so special and so amazing. And it's on the cover of Time magazine. It's on the cover of every newspaper. It's something that has maybe never happened, and they're saying it's a phenomena. Sometimes they say, I'm a phenomena. I'm not. The message is what we want. We want jobs. We want jobs. We want trade deals that are smart deals, not stupid deals. And, you know, Wisconsin, I wrote down some notes. Look, I thought I had a day here. You know, it's one of those things. Look, I wrote down some notes, and it's like devastating. So Walker came out today. I wrote down notes about Wisconsin. Look, he certainly can't endorse me after what I did to him in the race, right? But look at this. By the summer of 2015, Wisconsin was facing a $2.2 billion two-year budget deficit. That's terrible. By the way, these are out of books. Like, this isn't Trump. This is out of books. Total state debt is $45 billion. Now, maybe somebody's going to tell me that's wrong, but again, these are $45 billion, very high, one of the higher ones. 20,000 fewer people in labor force in Wisconsin than 7 years ago, even though population has grown by 100,000. So your population is higher. And now I wouldn't have done this, but when he endorsed Cruz, what am I going to do? Am I going to say he's doing a great job? He's not doing a great job. You know, he comes in his motorcycle jacket, a big Harley. I love Harleys, right? But the motorcycle guys like Trump. They really like Trump. And he doesn't look like a motorcycle guy to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Unemployment rate, well, they say, I can't be possible. Unemployment rate, they have down 20%. That can't be possible. What? Is it 20%? Effective or regular? I mean, just effective unemployment rate, 20%. Hey, this is out of the big book. 800,000 food stamp recipients. Middle class hit very, very hard due to loss of manufacturing jobs. These are the stats, right? You know about this, right? It goes on and on. Wisconsin has lost 15,000 net jobs to Mexico since NAFTA. Now, just so you understand, Kasich is running also. We forget about him. He voted for NAFTA. Both of them want TPP. TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, both of them want Trans-Pacific. That will make NAFTA look like a baby. And Wisconsin will be hit so hard. You a motorcycle guy? I'll bet, right? Am I right? Do they love Trump? I don't even know why. I'm not big with the motorcycles. But the motorcycle guys love Trump. Oh, look, I love the disabled veterans and the veterans. We're going to take care of our veterans. You know that, right? We're going to take care of our veterans. What is it about Trump that they like? Seriously, we went to Hilton Head. We went to different places. And there were hundreds of bikers out there. Beautiful bikes. Lots of Harleys, right? Lots of Harleys. But made in America. But beautiful, beautiful bikes. What is it with the motor? Why do they like me? Tell me. Who said that? Who is that? I love it. I don't know what it is, but they like me. I feel good with them. I feel safe. I got out. I took a picture. Secret Service went crazy. I said, these are great people. Don't worry about it. But listen, I appreciate it, fellas. I appreciate it. I know. It does keep you free. You're right. We're going to keep you free. I'm going to keep you free because we're getting rid of ISIS. We're going to have good borders. We're going to have borders again. We're going to have borders again. So here we have something that's pretty interesting. 100. I love you too. You lost 70,000 jobs to China. 70,000 jobs. 100,000 illegal immigrants living in Wisconsin. Taxpayers are paying tens of millions of dollars a year. Look, I don't know. Look, yeah, I don't know. So what happened with Walker, and I just will finish off with this. He's a nice man. He came up to my office like about a year ago, before I did the run. You know, I've been a politician for about 8 months, right? I never thought I'd be a politician. The last thing in my mind I wanted to be was a politician. But I built a great company. I filed papers. The company is incredible. A very little debt, tremendous cash flow, some of the great assets of the world. And I say that not in a bragging way. I say that because that's the kind of thinking we need, folks. I mean, we can't have China ripping us off, and Mexico and Japan and Vietnam. We can't have it. We can't have it. And they are ripping us like they've never ripped anybody before. We've rebuilt China. I mean, we're rebuilding Mexico. You looked the other day, you saw Carrier moving down. Carrier air conditioner. I buy those air conditioners, a lot of them. I'm not buying any more of them. But Carrier air conditioner moving to Mexico. Ford moving to Mexico. Nabisco, home of the wonderful, formerly wonderful Oreo, which we don't need anymore, right? We don't need it. We don't need it. Number one, it's a good way. It's a good order. It's called enforced diet. But you know what? Look, we're losing our jobs. Look at your jobs. When I see that statistic, I mean, you're losing your jobs. When I went after your governor, when he decided to run, and I said, you know, I'm going to be nice to him. He's a nice guy. The guy came up to my office. He handed me a plaque because I supported him. What do I know? I supported him. I gave him $50,000 or $100,000. That's a lot of money for a guy you never met before, right? That's pretty good. But I like the fact he was fighting. He was always fighting. You know, to a certain extent, I'd rather see somebody able to make a deal without having to go through all of that mess. But he was fighting, and I gave him a lot of money. And he came up, you know, a year ago or so, and he gave me a plaque. Beautiful picture of something. I never really got to read it, to be honest. And I put it aside. That was it. I just had my girl find it. She just called. She said, Mr. Trump, I've just found it. A wonderful woman comes up, and I said, where is it? She said, I think I know. And she found it under a pile of a lot of other plaques. So I'll bring it. I'm going to try getting it if I can tomorrow or the next day, so do will. Because I'm going to be here the whole week. I'm going to be in Wisconsin the whole week. Because if we win Wisconsin, it's like going to be over, pretty much over. Because we're going to do great. Emerson poll came out. I think I have 67, 68% in New York compared to like 10% or whatever. And you had Cruz talking about New York values. New Yorkers are no good. I watched New Yorkers rebuild the World Trade Center. I watched New Yorkers dying. Believe me, New Yorkers are good. New Yorkers are very good. But Cruz said they're no good. So anyway, I think we're going to do great in New York. We're going to do great in New Jersey. Chris Christie endorsed me. We'll do great in New Jersey. Good guy. Ben Carson endorsed me. Sarah Palin endorsed me. Sheriff Joe from Arizona. We love Sheriff Joe. And, you know, with the evangelicals, I've had so many ministers. I've had so many pastors endorse me. And Jerry Falwell Jr. endorsed me. It was incredible. And we've done so well with the evangelicals. I mean, Christians, evangelicals, we've done so well. In fact, in South Carolina, when we went to South Carolina, that was going to be Cruz's territory. He was going to take it, except we won in a landslide. You know that. You saw it. He was there. This guy follows me around, I'll tell you. But you were there, right? You remember he was going to win that in a landslide. And then I started speaking. I started talking to people, and I started saying, you know, the good and the bad and the ugly. And we won in a landslide. And we won the evangelicals. I've won just about, I think, almost every place I've won with the evangelicals. And it's been an amazing time. So now I'm here to talk to the people of Wisconsin. I have friends in Wisconsin. I've been here before. It's an incredible place, but it's a place that has problems. But you have a governor that has you convinced that it doesn't have problems. Now, I remember when he was on the campaign trail, I was so nice to him. You know, I said, how can I hit him? I'm not going to hit him. I'm not going to hit him. And I was so nice. I hit Jeb instead, right? Right? And I hit Rand. And I hit a lot of people, and they all went down. Wouldn't it be nice to have a president that could just, with his mouth, make things happen that are positive? You know? But it's not with the mouth. It's really with the mouth, the heart, and the brain. Remember the brain. I have a lot of friends that they're good with the mouth, but they're not good with the brain. It all doesn't work, okay? You know, we had an interesting thing today. A poll came out, a nationwide poll. It was a great poll. It was Trump 48. It was an NBC poll. Trump 48. I think Cruz was second in the 20s, mid-20s something, and Kasich was way down. So what happened is they show the poll. It was an NBC poll. They call it NBC Monkey Poll. And it was on the Today Show. And it was on Morning Joe. Morning Joe held it up. He said, wow, those are great numbers. 48's pretty good. You have 3 people, you know. I don't get enough credit for that. I've been at 42, 44, 45, and I've had like 7 people. How do you get 45 when you have 7 people? Nobody says that. They said, he hasn't cracked 50 yet. How do you crack 50 when you have all these people running? So I'm at 48. The poll was good. Way, way ahead of anybody else nationwide. And they showed Hillary Clinton. Hers is very close. She's got a little problem. Could happen. Got a bigger problem with the emails than she has, I think, with Bernie, to be honest with you. She should have. Her bigger problem should be with emails. We'll find out. We'll find out how honest our country is, right? But she's got a sort of close race. And they put her poll up. It was, you know, put up there, big letters. And then they said, and Donald Trump is winning. That was it. They didn't put numbers up. They didn't say, I'm doing great. In fact, they actually said Donald Trump is winning, and they put a little slightly negative statistic in. It was like, wait a minute. They put her numbers up, and they didn't put my numbers up. Folks, it's so unfair. The press is so dishonest, it's unbelievable. That was Chuck Todd. That was Chuck Todd. This morning on the Today Show, check it out. They put Hillary's numbers up, and I'm winning by a lot. And they said Donald Trump is winning. You know, let's go to a new subject, okay? Now, I guarantee you one thing. If I was losing or doing poorly, it'll still be up. It'll be up all morning because they don't like what's happening. I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm putting up my own money. They don't like it. Ted Cruz and Kasich are getting money from the banking industry, from the energy industries. They're getting money from the pharmaceutical companies. They're getting money from everybody. Folks, you can't straighten out this mess. We're in a mess if you can't do what you have to do. When millions of dollars are given to Cruz and Kasich and millions from different industries, you're not going to be able to say, well, we're going to do and go against the banking industry to do what's right for the people if the banking industry gave you millions of dollars. Now, that's true with Hillary also because she's gotten millions of dollars. But I'm the only one self-funding my campaign. I'm in for a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. What was beautiful is when I was running against Jeb in New Hampshire, I was in for $2 million. Jeb was in for like $48 million. I was in first, and he was close to last. I said, who do you want as your president? By the way, did Jeb endorse anybody yet? Because I think Jeb probably endorsed. Must have endorsed. Huh? Did he endorse? That shows you how important it is. Nobody even knows. I don't even know. No, he probably. Look, he'll endorse. Just so you know, look. When you're in war, you got to fight, and you fight hard. When I fight, I win. You're going to win. You know that. You're going to win. But, you know, you do pretty serious damage, right? Because you want to win fast. And a lot of people don't love you after you're finished. But I just love you. I don't care about them. In fact, they're asking Cruz, you know, at the debate, which, by the way, they said, I won every single debate. Now I heard the other night, it said, oh, I want to debate Trump. I've debated him 11 or 12 times. Every single online poll has me winning the debates. And he's an okay debater, but he's a bad talker. You know, everything's so dramatic. Oh, and he waits, phony. And he waits. You know, if you ever see, he goes sentence after sentence, then he stops for like 3-4 seconds. And then he goes again. It looks like we're in the theater. We're not in the theater, we're in the real world. So what happens, thank you. That's all right. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. By the way, the sheriff is here. He's a great guy, and his people are fantastic. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you. The only thing I feel so guilty about all the people outside. Feel so guilty. We're going to come back. I'm going to come back. We're going to come back to this area. You guys cannot come. Okay? All of the ladies can come, but the guys can't. But, all of the people outside, we're going to take a bigger place. We're going to get something because I feel slightly guilty. But look, we have a very serious mess on our hands. We have a serious situation. We have a country that's not protected. We have a country that's sitting on a big fat bubble that's going to explode. In a certain way, I say, let it do now. Don't do it after I get in. 3 days later, it'll explode. They'll say it's Trump's fault, okay? We are in a big, fat, ugly bubble. We have interest rates that are so low that if you're rich, like me, I can borrow money for any amount. If you're a hard-working guy with a great farm or you're a hard-working developer or businessman, you can't borrow money. You can only borrow money really cheaply. Think of how bad that is. You can borrow money for nothing, practically, if you're rich. But if you're rich, you don't need the money, so you don't have to borrow it. But if you're a business person, you want to go to the bank for a loan, you can't get it. The regulators are running the banks. Dodd-Frank is a disaster, by the way. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. But the biggest disaster, our regulations, our rules regulations are horrible. We're going to get rid of probably 85% of them. There are some we live with. But we got to go back. So many people from this area have told me regulations, regulatory climate is the worst they've ever seen it. I have a friend, he's a farmer, and if a puddle forms, they consider it a lake for purposes of environmental. It's like a puddle, and they consider it a lake. So but we don't know what we're doing. So here's what's happening. We're going to make our country so great again. We're going to make our country so strong again. Our military is going to be so amazing. We're never going to have to use it. Don't forget, I didn't want to go into Iraq. All these guys think that I'm a tough guy, so I'll be so quick with the trigger. I'm not going to be quick. I was the slowest with the trigger. I didn't want the trigger. Now, when Obama left, though, he shouldn't have left the way he did. He gave a certain date, and the enemy said, it can't be possible. Nobody would be that stupid. Nobody. So I actually don't think it hurt that much because I don't think the enemy ever believed that anybody would be stupid enough to give a date. We're leaving on this date. And then he left. They said he was serious. They pulled back. They pulled back, then you see what happened. They pulled back, and then they went in with fury. But how about the 50 soldiers? He sold a few months ago. He sent 50 of our finest. And instead of just sending them quietly sending them, what does he do? He sends them in. And he makes a big press conference or announcement that we are sending 50 soldiers into Iraq, Syria, and now these soldiers have a big target on their back. Why can't we just keep our mouths shut? Why can't we be unpredictable? Unpredictable. Right? Why can't we be unpredictable? Why does he have to first of all, it doesn't even sound good when you say 50 soldiers because it sounds like so small. People would say, is that good or bad? I mean, that sounds small. But then when you think about it, why do we have to say that? These are extraordinary people. These are our finest, and they're, very dangerous mission. Why would you tell people that we're sending them in? You keep quiet and let them accomplish something. They are right now, who knows what's happened to them, but right now they have a big target on their back. People that we've let go of Gitmo have now killed Americans. You've seen that. You saw that yesterday. That came out yesterday. We let people go out of Gitmo and they